Hi, this is Dr. Richard Ruling here to welcome you to the Total Health Channel. Thank you for being with us from time to time. Some important focus today on about the war with Hamas and Israel. Well, it's going to escalate. We're going to look at a series of 5 questions. This is part 1, or first question, is this war going to escalate? Is it going to get bigger? Well, the truth of the matter is that it is already started that way. Hezbollah has joined Hamas, and we can expect all the surrounding nations, I think, to do it. Why? Because the Bible says so. Okay, Zechariah 14th chapter, verses 1 and 2, the day of the Lord comes, and all nations, I think it's all neighboring nations, all Muslim nations, certainly it's not America against Israel, but will be gathered against Jerusalem to battle. And it's an awesome picture that the Bible paints. Does God really know the end from the beginning, as he says in Isaiah 46:10? I think so. In the previous chapter, Isaiah 45, verse 1, he named Cyrus more than 100 years before Cyrus was born. It gives his name and tells how he would conquer Babylon. Well, that's pretty awesome. You know, he conquered Babylon when 2 river gates were left open. Cyrus knew nothing about the writings of Isaiah, but he did create a reservoir and diverted the Euphrates River into that reservoir and marched under the wall of Jerusalem at night and discovered 2 gates left open. He conquered Babylon with no loss of life, and he credited the God of Israel and was so impressed with Israel's God that he freed them from bondage and helped pay their way back to their homeland. That's awesome, and Cyrus was no dummy. It must have been that those ancient writings from Jerusalem that had been taken by Babylon 70 years earlier named Cyrus, who probably wasn't 70 years old at the time. And I just say, hey, that is pretty amazing that God could tell the details of how he would conquer Babylon with 2 river gates. So I would just say, yes, I think God knows, and he's concerned about Jerusalem. So let's take a look next time when you're with us. But I believe, yes, this war is going to escalate to become a biblical proportion and end times with the day of the Lord. What's the day of the Lord? It's an extension of night of the Lord in Egypt. When God punished Egypt for enslaving Israel and throwing their babies in the river. But if you think about it, we've thrown 63 million babies in the trash. We're going to get punishment too. Stay tuned to this series. And this is the end of number 1. Yes, the war is going to escalate. We'll talk more about it and how it's going to end next time. Thank you for being with us, and please subscribe to this channel. Tell your friends about it. I don't think most people have this biblical perspective that has come to me over 20-some years, basically. I predicted war with Iraq before 9/11 based on some information in Daniel that's relevant to this. Thank you very much, and we'll see you again later.